Today we're going to talk about the only monthly cleaning schedule that you need. So obviously you don't only want to clean monthly, but there are some things that you only need to do monthly. So let's get started. So just two quick things. The first thing that you want to think about when you are thinking about monthly cleaning is you first want to think about what are the less visible areas in your home that you maybe haven't cleaned in a while. The second thing that you want to think about are the high traffic areas. Whether it's the entryway or whatever it is, what are those high traffic areas that maybe you might have overlooked? Okay, so the first thing we're going to clean in our monthly cleaning schedule is high up places and the tops of things. So think the top of your refrigerator, the tops of your cabinets, maybe the tops of your walls and the corners where you get cobwebs. Those are all things that just each month you want to think about and each month you can clean. Big thing for me is the top of my refrigerator. We end up just putting so much stuff up there. I don't know why. We had an Easter basket up there for like 3 months. Every month I encourage you just declutter the top of your fridge, get rid of everything on it and clean it. I like to just clean it with soap and water. It gets really dusty up there. The second thing you're gonna wanna do each month is to clean out your fridge. So this isn't a deep cleaning, but I like to go in and toss out any food that may be expired or that I know we're not gonna eat. Then I like to give the shelves a quick little wipe down. If there's anything like products and things that have like stickiness on them, I like to rinse off the products. So, just give your fridge a little clean each month and make sure it looks good. Okay, next is your front door and entryway of your house. This is one of those areas I feel like I often neglect, but it's like the first thing people see when they walk in the door. So I would say go ahead and clean the windows in the front, clean your front door, wipe down your door. Maybe you've got a carpet or a floor in there, give that a clean. These are kind of good things to do each month and maybe something you hadn't thought of. Okay, the fourth thing is to clean your baseboards and moldings. This is like one of those things that I hate doing, but they get so dirty and dusty. So it's a really good idea to do that just monthly. I like to put this attachment on the vacuum cleaner and just vacuum them, but sometimes I'll actually go in behind it with like a soapy sponge and just clean it. I also feel like the soap kind of repels dirt for a little bit longer, so I like to just do that and have them be nice and shiny, and I feel like once a month is perfect. Next is your couch. I like to actually take all of our couch cushions off and then vacuum underneath, and then I put the couch cushions back on and I vacuum the entire couch. I generally don't allow our kids to eat on the couch, but of course, sometimes they do, and so I inevitably find crumbs. I think just once a month, it's a great idea to vacuum your couch, get it in good shape, and keep everything clean. Next is your shower curtain. I like to do this monthly. I have a shower curtain liner that I do maybe a little bit less often, but then the shower curtain itself, I just like to toss it in the wash with my regular laundry, and then I even throw mine in the dryer. You could hang it to dry either way, but definitely think about your shower curtain. It gathers a lot of dust and dirt and all kinds of things from being in the bathroom, so it's a good idea to clean it each month. Okay, the next are vents. Like, this is one that I feel like I often forget about. We have different vents in our house, and also very important to clean your bathroom vents. Those get really dirty and dusty, and the vents are really important because they keep the mold out of your bathroom. So I like to use the vacuum cleaner and just get all of that dirt and dust in there. I feel like once a month, it really keeps them in good working order. You also don't want to have dusty vents because then you're breathing in that dust. It's just not a good thing. Vents are one of those things that get really dusty because they're pulling the air in. So if you give them a nice vacuum, then you'll be in good shape. The next thing to clean each month are like knobs and handles and remote controls. I like to go in with just like a cleaning wipe and just kind of disinfect everything. I do, the front and back doors. I do the cabinets. I do the light switches. I also do the remote and anything that like people are touching a lot. It's just a good way to disinfect. I was doing it a lot in the beginning of COVID, and then I kind of stopped, but now I try to do it at least monthly. The next thing to clean each month is your garbage cans. So what I like to do, if I've got like smaller bathroom ones, you can wash those by hand. You can also throw them on their own in the dishwasher and they'll come out nice and clean. But for like your bigger ones, what I like to do is like spray them down. You can actually use hydrogen peroxide and spray the inside of the trash can and the outside, and then let it sit for about 10 minutes and then just kind of wipe it down and it'll be good as new, nice and disinfected, and it won't have a bad smell. And then the next is your ceiling fans. So, you know, again, this is sort of like one of those things that's like out of sight, out of mind, but I like to just take, like, I have like a Swiffer duster and it works really well. It grabs all of the dust off the top of the fan. They get really dusty, you know, the dust on those sort of like horizontal surfaces, like the fan blades, it gets really heavy. So I think that the Swiffer duster works really well, and I like to do that each month. Okay, the next thing is your kitchen table and chairs. Obviously, you know, I know you're wiping down your kitchen table daily, but think about the chairs. You know, people get food on the chairs, in the cracks. I like to really wipe down and clean my chairs really well. I just use a cloth and I kind of go over each one. I feel like giving them sort of a good cleanup just makes the whole kitchen table look a lot better. And if I do it once a month, I find that I can kind of stay on top of it. Okay, next is your windows. So windows get really, if you open them up and look in the tracks, they get really dirty. They need to be cleaned pretty regularly and they will look so much better as well. You know, I like to do this monthly, and I basically kind of get in there with like a toothbrush, any kind of small tool that you have works really well. And you can just scrub in there and scrub out all that dirt and then kind of get it out there. But definitely cleaning your windows and the inside of your windows is really good. And not just the tracks of the windows. I'm also talking about the windows themselves. You don't want to clean your windows on like a hot sunny day. I have noticed when I do that, then it ends up leaving streaks because the window's hot and then it dries really quickly, and that's why you get streaks, is when you can't fully dry the surface. So I like to do it on more like overcast days, but cleaning my windows monthly really helps. It keeps the windows looking clean and free of fingerprints, but then it also obviously lets more sun in the house. The next thing to clean are curtains. I just actually like to vacuum our curtains. I think that's an easy thing to do. They seem to gather a lot of dust because they're fabric and they attract dust. Some people like to even put theirs in the washing machine if they're like a fabric that they can put in the washing machine. And then if you do have blinds, I think those are good to clean monthly as well. One of the tricks I learned is you can put like sock on your hand and then just spray it with a little bit of cleaning solution and use the sock and go right over the blinds. It traps the dust in the little loops of the sock, and it seems to work really well for those blinds. Okay, next is the garbage disposal. So I have kind of showed how to do this before. I like to just do a simple thing. I mix vinegar and baking soda together. All of the bubbles kind of get down into the drain and clean where you can't really reach. And then I add some ice cubes, run the garbage disposal, run some hot water, and the garbage disposal is as good as new. And then lastly, I like to sort of wash all of the things on my bed. Like I wash my pillows themselves, I wash the comforter itself, I wash the mattress cover. These are things that don't kind of go and get washed weekly, so I like to do them at least once a month, give them a nice freshen up. I really like to wash my pillows. Sometimes I even wash them more often. I mean, you're using them every night, so I like them to be clean, but that's another thing to think about to do each month. The other thing you can do is vacuum your mattress while you're at it. You know, it's a good way to keep the mattress clean. It's the recommended way to clean the mattress. So I think that's also a good thing to do each month. So monthly isn't all you need to do. There are things that you can do each week. I'm gonna link my weekly cleaning tips for a clean home up here. I encourage you to check that out. And if you like this video, give it a little thumbs up, and I hope you are subscribed, and I will see you next time.